welcome to the Shaun Show. My name is Shaun. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Does a lot here for the channel. Gets the word out. And if you're new here, welcome. If you've been rocking with me for a while, welcome back. I got a lot to get into, man. I'm just gonna get into it because I was actually thinking about what I wanted to talk about today. And I had like various topics, but everything just kept coming back to the same thing. And the same thing that it kept coming back to is what's going on in the wrestling business? Like what ultimately is happening in the wrestling business? Now, as I'm taping this, the Raw ratings are down. The NXT ratings are down. The AEW ratings are down, dropped 14%. As I'm taping this. So as it stands so far in the week, all the ratings are down. I'm taping this before Smackdown, so I don't know how exactly the Smackdown rating is going to be, but I would assume that it's going to be down. Now, you know that we've had a pandemic here in the world. You also know too that last summer there was a lot of restrictions on a lot of things. This summer, with the vaccine and everything being rolled out, a lot of people, either smartly or non-smartly, I mean, it just depends on your school of thought, that at this point in time, a lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot of companies, corporations, employers, restaurants, movie theaters, everything at this point is just basically open. And with everything being open, I think they're going to push now for capacity of things. There's been a lot of places that have full capacity, mostly in Florida, and I think Texas too has some full capacity things. I think they have it's not required to wear a mask out there. So it's a lot of things that have been going on in the world, but everything signals to this summer, right? Where everything is going to be opened up. Everything is going to be opened up in the world. Well, not the world, I'm sorry, in the nation, in the United States. If you're watching in London or Canada or even Russia, we have some Russia viewers. I don't know how it is in your country, but at least here in the United States, everything is opening up. So if you have everything opening up and people didn't do anything last year, and people are vaccinated, so they feel as if they're protected. A lot of people understand, you know, there's still a virus out there. And again, I'm not having this as a conversation about politics or the virus or things of that nature. I'm getting to a point. Everything, back to what I was saying, everybody just about is vaccinated or planning to be vaccinated. Some don't want to be vaccinated, but the majority of people, it seems, is going to the majority, are being vaccinated, especially those that are looking to travel on vacation and things of that nature. So people are not going to stay indoors like they did last year. This is not going to be a situation where, okay, I'm going to stay home and I'm not going to go to a beach. I'm not going to go to Las Vegas. I'm not going to go to, you know, see my parents, my cousins. I'm not going to do that this year. So there's going to be a lot of people traveling this year, a lot of people doing things this year. So if you're having a lot of people traveling and doing things this year, if you hear noise in the back, like I said, it is summertime, so I had the windows of the studio open, and you might hear kids and stuff, pools and all that. So again, I apologize if you hear some stuff, but I'm not fitting to stay home, and that's what everybody's mentality is I'm not going to be home. I'm not going to, I stayed home all last summer. If I did go out, it was sporadically, and it was with my close-knit friends, but we still couldn't sit down and eat. I remember watching this video, this guy, it's not so very far, it's a theme park out here. He and his group of friends went and they're famous for their fried chicken and their boysenberry jam. Long story, but look it up. It's Knott's Berry Farm. They, you know, I'm not gonna go into their history. Anyway, the fried chicken is famous, and they all decided to get some, and they went to go sit down, and there was no place to sit down because there was caution tape on all the tables, inside and outside, and they had to literally find an abandoned parking lot to eat. And so many people jumped on them and said, why are you doing this? It's a virus and it's da 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 da. And you guys aren't practicing. I mean, it was like 10 or 11, just imagine 10 or 11 people in a parking lot eating fried chicken. And I'm not saying this, I mean, insert a black joke, but I'm not saying this from that perspective. I'm saying this from a perspective of just people in general. 10 or 11 people, older white cats, older white people, older white dudes, and it was a baby there too, with a, you know, I think it was one woman and a baby there, and they were all eating chicken in the parking lot because they couldn't find any place to sit. Well, those 7 people, they can go now to Knott's Berry Farms because it's completely open, sit wherever they want, do whatever they want to do. So if you can do whatever you want to do, and you're out in the world, and you're ready to vacation, you're ready to do things and see things, then why would you stay home and watch Monday Night Raw? Why would you stay home and watch NXT? Why would you stay home and watch AEW? Now, mind you, those are the big ones. Let's not talk about the NWA and MLW and Impact and all those. If the head is affected, if the top is affected by these ratings, then ultimately the lower companies will be affected by these ratings. And really, these companies need to, you know, really take the summertime and really plan it out in a way that is almost as if you're building towards your WrestleMania. Vince's, this year's WrestleMania, it was good. It wasn't great. It was good. But the whole focus was that the fans are coming back. So any match that you really threw out there with the fans coming back, they would have ate that thing up, and they did. A lot of people enjoyed WrestleMania. They weren't saying, you know, where this ranks all time in terms of WrestleManias, but they enjoyed it. AEW, they're gearing up to have a full capacity at the Jackson Place, and they're also going to be touring in July. I don't know if they're going to be full capacity for touring. So their focus is not necessarily, hey, let's do storylines. Their focus is, listen, we're about to tour. People are going to be excited to see us. But if you want me to tune into TV every single week, you got to have some storylines that grab me. You got to have something that is can't miss. And I'm looking at the cards that all these promotions have put out, and there's really nothing here that makes me say I gotta see that. Like, they announced what was the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle and the Stampede match. Okay, is that must see when we just saw them in a Blood and Guts match? No. I mean, smart booking would say that the Inner Circle's going to win this time, so you can have a third and final match, right? That's what smart booking would say. What makes sense if the Pinnacle beats them again, right? I mean, it just makes sense. I'm not really, it's not must see. And then a lot of people, you know, to my chagrin, I did a video about Chris Jericho. Oh, yeah, listen, y'all didn't like that video too much, only because I think a lot of y'all didn't like the disclaimer, because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. You know, and I still stand 10 toes down about my point. And my point was that Chris Jericho needs to focus on his company, needs to quit bashing the WWE every time he gets an opportunity and does media. Put over the people that you're working with. I work for an indie promotion, and that indie promotion I work for, I was a manager for. And when I mean a manager, I was like an in-ring manager, right? So the whole thing that the owner told me, he said, listen, we need to mark out for each other. Like, oh, you know, Shaun does so-and-so and so-and-so, and he's great. Oh, Chris does so-and-so and so-and-so, he's great. Oh, this person does so-and-so, so. Always put each other over. Always put each other over. Who cares about what else is going on? We're going to put all of ourselves over and get us to the level of success. That's what we are going to do as a company. And that's what should have been done. It should have been done from the standpoint of Jericho and all these AEW guys, but that's besides the point. The point that I'm making is that there's nothing going into summer that is going to make me feel and make the viewing audience feel that they have to see this, even if it's taped. If it's taped and you come home late at 1 o'clock in the morning, and you know, you may, you know, be hungry a little bit. A lot of the times when you come home, I know when I come home late, I need to kind of calm down from the night, right? I calm down and try to chill out and like, because I was just in a whole energy, place situation. So I try to calm down. When I'm calming down, I don't think my first thing I'm going to turn to is professional wrestling. If you love sports like I love sports, then you're going to watch Sports Center and you're going to see what you missed for the day, because it's in a concise, quick, digestible format, right? So you're not going to watch 3 hours of Raw. You're not going to watch 2 hours of AEW. You're not going to watch Smackdown on a Friday night. You're not going to watch NXT because a lot of people may have to work the next day. Like, these are the things that I fear that these all wrestling companies are not preparing for, is that we're in a different realm of time right now where people are going to be doing things, and they're going to be doing it even more so than probably they've ever done it before, just because in their mind they felt like they've been shut down and in a hole and in jail for all of last year, and next year when this is over, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. They were even selling, like last year, they were selling travel packages for Universal Studios and Disneyland and Vegas, and they said that this is good for a whole year. Meaning that whenever you bought it, then if you bought it in June, it would be good to June of this year. So there's a lot of people going on trips and vacations, but you gotta have something that brings me to the screen. And what's going to continue to happen is these ratings are going to keep going lower and lower and lower as it gets hotter and hotter and hotter outside. When things start going on outside, when concerts come back, when the social distancing is relaxed, which is already relaxed in a lot of places. Like, a lot of things are going to change, and they're going to change very, very quickly in the world. In the WWE, AEW, NXT, MLW, Impact, NWA, and any other promotion that I haven't mentioned, they need to realize that, they need to respect that, and they need to advance past the concept of that we're going to have a summer program leading to our big summer event and then that's it. No. You want to keep pulling fans in and making it must-see TV, because the more people get used to going out again, the more they're going to stay out. And if this stuff you're doing with Bobby Lashley and McIntyre is not going to cut it. This stuff that you're doing with the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. You got to do something great and drastic. It has to be something that's going to have eyes watch the television screen. It has to be something where I text my homeboys or my homeboys text me and they go, man, did you see that? It has to be that. If it's not that, then this is going to be a very cold summer. Again, guys, thank you for listening. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you here next time on The Shaun Show.